Weekends are my absolute biggest obstacle for weight loss, and with the move coming up for my family on July 1st, the stress is real. Welcome to Project Isha. Today we're packing, resetting, and staying on track. It is early, and step one of my day is getting my daughter's breakfast ready. Just some toasted chocolate chip waffles, apple slices, and a sausage patty. Right after breakfast, I jump straight into packing her school lunch. I'm packing her a fresh butter croissant and some strawberries. But I actually had to pause on the lunchbox here because a few of her snacks need to stay cold in the fridge until the very last second. So while those items stay cold, I'm whipping up a quick breakfast for myself. I'm just doing a piece of toast with margarine and a quick egg, tomato, and cheese scramble to keep my energy up for a crazy day ahead. Once my breakfast was done, I went right back to finish packing her lunch, and now she's officially set for the day. Honestly, keeping the visual clutter down helps keep my mental health stable, which keeps me from making poor food choices or stress eating when my day gets hectic. I also knocked out this pile of clean laundry baskets. To save time today, I'm just tossing each person's clothes into their own separate basket instead of folding everything. It's all about finding shortcuts so I can focus on a bigger goal today, which is getting our space organized and ready for the move. Well, I'm out of breath. That part is done. But because we are moving in just 2 weeks, I'm going to take all my daughter's clothes and condense everything down for enough clothing to last for 2 weeks until we move, and just make it a little bit easier on myself when it comes down to the packing process and everything. So I'm going to get all my daughter's clothes packed up except for everything that's going to last for the next 2 weeks. I don't know exactly what's going on with me right now. I feel like really bad. Not like horrible, but my head feels really fuzzy. Like, you know what feeling you get when you didn't get enough sleep? And I know that I got a decent amount of sleep. I don't know. I just feel strange. Like maybe I need more water, but I've had water and I feel like if I drink any more water, my stomach's going to hurt. I had a banana. I had some breakfast this morning, so it's not like I'm running on empty or anything. I haven't done an extreme amount of physical activity. I literally walked my daughter to school. I'm only at like, what, not even 4,000 steps today? Yeah, I'm at 3,500 steps today and it is 11:30. So it's not like I haven't done a bunch to feel this way, but I feel just so tired and like my stomach feels off, my head feels off. I just don't feel the greatest right now. I have like a bit of an acidic feeling in my stomach, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's making it hard to kind of like focus on what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like getting my daughter's stuff packed up. I feel like I need to eat something, but I also feel like I'm not hungry. So it's like a weird kind of like, I don't know. I wish I had some like magic pill to make me feel a little bit better right now, because all I want to do is go to sleep. But I have so much to do. So I don't know. I just don't feel good right now. And because of that, it has completely drained me of my energy. It's completely drained me of my motivation. And I need to push, I guess, push past, at least to a certain degree. I'm not doing anything like super physically exerting right now. So, I don't know. My brain, it just feels fried. So I had some iced coffee. I am feeling significantly better now, which is, I don't even really know what to say about that, because it's kind of scary that I am obviously very caffeine dependent, so there's that. But at least now I'm ready to get back to work, so we're just gonna focus on the positives. Everything in this basket over here is what I am keeping for her for the next 2 weeks to wear until we move. And then everything else that's on the floor and that's on the couch needs to get packed up. So it's time to get it all packed up and out of my freaking vision, because oh my gosh, everything is always so much easier when I'm planning everything out, and then once I start doing things, it's just like, why? I don't want to do this. I just want to sleep. But anyways, gotta do it. I'm literally packing everything into like Walmart bags. I don't have a bunch of boxes and stuff, and we're trying to limit the amount of boxes that we get because our move is really close by. We are literally just moving down the street pretty much, and that makes it a lot easier. So I really don't want to have to buy a bunch of boxes that we then have to go through the process of getting rid of once we've moved. We have a ton of reusable bags, so I figure I would use those to my advantage, especially when it comes to packing things like clothes. Maybe I should just throw everything into a garbage bag. Because part of me is like, should I fold everything? But that's going to take extra time. And it's all going to need to get refolded by the time it's going to get tossed. And you know what? I'm going to get a big garbage bag and throw all her clothes into a big garbage bag, because we might need these more structured bags for something else. Garbage bag it is. Oh, my back. Sorry, my back just did something. My mom gave me like this Pilates machine thing. Not a machine. It's like Pilates tools, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Some like kit. I haven't even opened it yet to see what's in it. But I'm excited for when I move to start using it. And I mean, I could start using it beforehand, but there's not a lot of space in here. It's very loud in here. My boyfriend works night shift. It's not that easy to get working out done in here. It's all just excuses, but I've got a lot to do in the next couple of weeks before I move. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I do not have the greatest, oh my gosh, cardio. Like, I need to improve my health, you know? It's just like, it's a whole thing. But I really want to start getting into Pilates because I've heard that it's really good for your core. And I really need to work on my core because my core is really weak. But so is my upper back. But that counts as your core, like, right? Like your whole middle section? I don't know. I need to work on it all. I've got pretty strong legs. But I remember I was talking to my boyfriend like years ago about how it's like, yeah, well, I've got like really strong legs. And he's like, yeah, doesn't everybody? Like, our legs carry our entire bodies. It makes sense that your legs would be like the strongest thing on your body. I don't have very good upper body strength. I mean, I can carry things, but I think a lot of the time I use my back. And it's probably one of the reasons that my back doesn't do so well. Plus the fact that I get all this extra weight on it. But I've had back issues for as long as I can remember. Mind you, I was a bit of a chuggy. I was a chuggy kid. I was a chubby kid. Not like super chubby, but by the time I was a teenager, I was pretty chubby. Fat, obese, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I've always had back problems. And I think some of that might be due to like when I did gymnastics as a kid and I used to do back arches all the time, or bridges, whatever you want to call them, and I would like flip back and forth out of a back arch because I just thought it was cool, and I would walk in a back arch. I could go like up the stairs in a back arch. I would wake up in the morning and the first thing I would do like to wake up to stretch was do a back arch. So I don't know if me not doing back arches has ruined my back, or the fact that I used to do so many back arches ruined my back. But yeah, my lower back, my mid back, my upper back, but my lower back is the worst of it for sure. It's just not, yeah, not good. Well, that is one bag of her clothes packed. That was easy. I was gonna go and like sort everything between winter wear, fall wear, all that kind of stuff, but I think having it all packed at least is one thing. I gotta make sure I label this because if I don't, it might end up getting thrown out as a donation bag, and that is the last thing I want. Alright, so I've got my trusty painter's tape, my trusty Sharpie, and I'm gonna make my little label for my daughter's clothing bag. So I'm not wasting money on any fancy labels, that's for sure. This works just fine. Next up was tackling my daughter's room. I was literally just sitting on my butt under her loft bed packing up her dress-up clothes. My boyfriend works rotating shifts, and he was actually on day shift at work while I was doing all my cleanup and filming. So it was nice to have the house to myself to just focus on getting this pile of stuff packed up. Shout out to my boyfriend for texting and reminding me to rotate the mattress today while I was changing the sheets. And yes, full transparency warning, you are seeing our very real, very lived-in mattress sweat stains right now because perfect aesthetics do not live here. Real life isn't a mattress commercial, okay? But getting it flipped is a massive win for my back. Alright, so I did want to sit down and do an actual weight loss update for my week 3 on this new weight loss journey for my Project Isha that I'm trying to do. Basically just me trying to change my life beyond just my weight, but like a lot of habits that I need to fix, trying to build routines, work on my faith and my relationship with God. It's really, really important to me, and it's something that I struggle with on a daily basis. I honestly don't have too much to update on, especially considering my weight has not changed this week from last week. I believe my weight was around 247.7 or 247.4. I can't remember exactly, but I weighed myself this morning, and unfortunately I didn't weigh myself until after I had breakfast, I had coffee, and I had been up for a while, so like I had consumed things and they were in my stomach, so I didn't get myself like a good dry weight today. But I weighed in at 247.4 again, so it was kind of disappointing, a little bit discouraging, especially because earlier on in the week, like this is not recorded, but earlier on in the week I had weighed in at 244 point something. So it's always on the weekends, right? Like I really struggle on the weekends, and this weekend was another weekend that my boyfriend's sons were down, my daughter's brothers, and like we usually only have them every other weekend, but sometimes things happen with my boyfriend's work schedule, and to avoid having to not see them for a month, we take them the next weekend, if that makes sense. Anyways, it was another weekend where I was having to make meals for 4 other people and providing, you know, snacks and fun foods, and I got ice cream for everybody, and I just like, I like making sure that everybody's having a good time and eating things that are fun and enjoyable when they're here. So I took part in some of it again. Like I shouldn't have had the ice cream, but I did. The first night I had like way bigger portion than I should have, and then the second night I did a lot better. I only had like a very tiny scoop, like not even a full scoop of ice cream, just like a taste. But that was mostly just because that was all that was left, and I wanted to have like a tiny little bit. So like after giving everybody else their portion of ice cream for that night, I don't know, like I've been doing really well with my steps, even on the Sundays. Like on Sundays I don't really care too much about getting steps. Typically I don't even wear my Fitbit on Sundays, but yesterday I did wear my watch, and my average steps for the week, given that yesterday's steps were less than 3,000 I think, or at least less than 4,000, we're still over 10,500 average for the week. And that's because like I usually do get more than 10,000 steps a day, but my goal is to always get a minimum of 10,000. So given my average is a little bit over 10,000, I would say that that's a good sign. I'm doing pretty well with that. But I mean, it's easy for someone like me because I walk everywhere. Like that is my main like mode of transportation other than the bus and stuff. But certain bus stops I have to get to by walking, and it can take 15-20 minutes to get to certain bus stops. And then obviously like walking around getting the groceries and all that kind of stuff. So I do have a lot of opportunities to get steps throughout the day, so it's not like a very difficult thing for me. The most difficult thing for me, I think, is just staying away from those like high calorie, low nutrition types of foods. And yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing for me. My food noise hasn't been that bad, I think, because I've been busy trying to get everything ready for our move. We're moving in 2 weeks, if I haven't already mentioned it 10,000 times during this vlog. But I'm so excited for it, but I'm starting to get very like panicky and anxious, and I think most of that is due to just like right now me kind of panicking about tomorrow. The fact that I have my sister's bachelorette event, it's an all-day event spent with people that I don't really know. I have like really bad social anxiety, and since becoming a mom it's gotten a lot worse, because since becoming a mom I haven't really worked very regularly. Like I've had jobs and stuff, but at least for the last 2.5 years now, if not more, I have not had a job, and it has impacted me socially like a lot. So I don't really spend very much time talking to any other adults other than like my boyfriend, my mom, and my sister. And sometimes the odd like random mini conversation with someone at school, but that is very, very rare. It's something I really need to get better on for next year, because I need to help my daughter, because she really wants play dates and stuff. She's very, very social. She's the exact opposite of me. Even as a kid I was not social. She is a social butterfly. She wants to have friends and play dates and all that kind of stuff outside of school. So next year, that's one of my biggest goals, is to start kind of putting myself out there and trying to make relationships with her friends' parents, even if it's not friendships, but just like get on a first name basis, be friendly, and have that sort of like acquaintanceship. I don't know. It's really, really hard for me. But as far as weight loss, I am still feeling motivated, so that's good. I am feeling discouraged for sure about not having any weight change this week. I really want to see a change of 2 pounds per week, but obviously I've had nothing this week, but it's better than a gain. And I honestly think that if I weighed myself midweek instead of at the beginning of the week after the weekend when I don't do so well, I would have a much better scale reading. But I'm honestly considering changing my weigh-in date to like midweek, just to like help my mental well-being around the whole thing. But I don't know. I've been feeling really like it's been a struggle with summer and stuff. I don't have anything to wear outside of like leggings and t-shirts. Like that is my entire wardrobe, and it is becoming so much more evident of like that being an issue, I guess, with something like tomorrow happening, where people are talking about like what they're gonna wear for this event, and like, oh yeah, everyone wear blue, and then I didn't get that message, and then suddenly now we're wearing red because my sister wants to wear a red dress, and I'm just like, I don't do these events, like I don't do social stuff, and it's causing so much anxiety for me, and I really want to be a part of it for for my sister. Outside of that, like if it wasn't for her, like I would not be going, because I just don't find these things fun, and maybe it'll be better than what I'm kind of like building it up to be in my head, and I'm overthinking it for sure. Like I overthink everything, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just really anxious about it. I don't know what I'm supposed to wear. I must have missed like a bunch of messages in the WhatsApp group, because like I've never done WhatsApp before either. Like, so this is my first time using WhatsApp, and I just feel so old and out of the loop, and just like I need to get with the modern whatever, because I don't know. But when it comes to what to wear tomorrow, I have no idea. No one's gotten back to me, but it's not really been that long since I have messaged asking that. But yeah, I can only wear what I have, right? So I'm gonna do my best to follow whatever color code that people want for tomorrow. We're supposed to be going hiking. We're going to like a pottery class, and then we're supposed to be going for like a swim, which I will not be taking part in. I will just kind of sit on the sidelines while everybody else swims, because I'm sorry, but there's just absolutely no way that I will be going in any pool. I don't even think I own a bathing suit that properly fits me right now, and I don't want to be in a bathing suit. Like I don't want to do that right now. And I'm gonna protect myself in that way, and just be like, okay, yeah, you guys do your thing, and I will maybe like put my feet in the water or something. But, and then after that, it's like dinner. So that's the event. I'm glad it's not like a big drinking thing, because I don't drink. My sister doesn't really drink, so thankful for that, because it would just not be my scene. Nothing is my scene though. I don't know what my scene is. I don't have one, but I know I need to get myself out there. That's one of the reasons I really want to go back to church too. And I know some people like will caution me against that, and being like, no, you don't need to make friends at church. You should get yourself in, like, you should get yourself involved in like a hobby or something. But I can't afford to get myself involved in a hobby, and I really would like to make friends who have like a faith in God and have a relationship with God and are on that kind of path and are a good example in that kind of regard. But I'm also cautious about it, because I know that some people who go to church can be a certain way, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. But I really want to get back into going to church, because I used to go as a kid. I've gone maybe like a handful of times in my adult life, like less than 5 times, maybe less than 3 times. But it is something that I really want to do. I really want to have like some sort of like fellowship, and hear worship music, and have like that kind of community, and meet people who have that kind of thing in common. So we'll see. There is a church nearby where I'm going to be living. It's nearby me right now, but like closer to my new place. So it's something I'm going to be looking into, and maybe trying like the online kind of thing, seeing how I like it, and then going in person, because I'm nervous for that too. Like I'm so nervous about everything. I'm just very socially anxious, and an anxious person in general, but when it comes to like social stuff, it is like that much more amplified. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to go get other stuff done, because this day has just been absolutely chaotic, and I am feeling like right up here right now. Like I just, whew. It's Wednesday night now. Please pardon my appearance. I know I look like a mess, but I just am a mess, let's face it. I finished packing on Monday night to go to my mom's place, and I did want to film a little bit more, but honestly time just got the best of me, and I didn't have time. I was crazy chaotic, just doing everything. But I went to my sister's bachelorette party on the Tuesday. It was not nearly as nerve-wracking as I anticipated it to be, which is usually the way those kind of things play out. But like we had a really nice time. We went hiking, and then we did like this really fun pottery class. I will insert like a little photo of my pottery. It's not done yet. It hasn't gone into the kiln or whatever it's called. It hasn't been painted yet. We're supposed to get our projects back in about 6 to 8 weeks, so it's going to be a while, but it was a really fun experience, and I would definitely recommend it if you've never tried pottery before. Very hard, but a lot of fun, and it's really cool to do something new, I think. So, and it's been a long time since I've been able to do anything like that, so it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an incident, and it really sucks, but so like financially things aren't the best right now, right? I think a lot of people are struggling, and we were going out for dinner, and we were all kind of like hanging out at my sister-in-law, whatever, her house, and somebody asked like, oh, where are we going for dinner? And she replied, oh, it's fancy. And I had already kind of like been very upfront and honest about my financial situation and how I wasn't even going to come to my sister's bachelorette party because I was so nervous about the cost of things, and like it didn't feel right being able to go somewhere where I wasn't able to help contribute to the cost of like paying for my sister's portion of things, because as the bride she shouldn't be paying for herself and stuff. And unfortunately my sister ended up covering me instead because she really wanted me there. Otherwise I wouldn't have gone. Like she really, really wanted me there, and that's why I went. And I wanted to be there for her too. But like the anxiety part and then the financial aspect, I felt like I didn't deserve to go. But I went because she wanted me there. And anyways, I don't want to have to defend that too much. But when I heard that it was fancy, my heart just kind of like dropped immediately. And I tried not to like overthink it too much. I was like, it'll be fine, whatever. Because like my mom had given me money for dinner. And it's just like, it's just such an embarrassing thing, like to not be able to financially provide for yourself in a situation like this. But I mean, that's just the phase of life we're in right now, unfortunately. And I'm very grateful to my family for being so willing and wanting to help me out for something like this. But yeah, it was like a hard pill to swallow. And we get to the restaurant, I'm looking at the menu, and the average plate of food is like $55 per person. The drinks are like $18 to $20 each. It was just like, it was really, really daunting to look at this menu. So I'm kind of like sitting on the end of the table. I'm starting to feel very, very overwhelmed and anxious about it all. I'm staring out the window to try and calm myself down. And I can feel like a kick every so often on my leg, and I kind of just brushed it off thinking like, okay, maybe someone's foot is kind of like hitting me. Turns out it was my sister trying to get my attention because she could see me kind of like zoning out, and she knew something was wrong. And I got up and I just kind of like, I had to walk away because I could feel myself about to cry. And I don't know about anybody else, but my mouth does this thing where it kind of like, it starts to quiver, I guess, and you can't control it. And I was trying really, really hard not to cry in public. So I got out of the restaurant, went outside, and I just started crying. I sat down on some steps a little bit further away from the restaurant, and I texted my sister. I was just like, I just stepped outside, I'll be back in a minute, because I didn't want her worrying. And I did kind of leave without saying anything. I wanted to turn to the table and be like, hey guys, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom, but I knew that if I talked it wouldn't come out right, and I was just gonna start crying. So to kind of like protect myself, yeah, I left the restaurant temporarily. My sister ended up coming out to talk to me, see what was going on. And she kind of knew already what the issue was because I had already been very upfront about my anxieties about this whole like get together and stuff. And basically by the time she'd gotten back into the restaurant to kind of like tell everybody that I would be back soon, she texted me and told me that they had all decided that we were going to go to a different restaurant. So, which I immediately was like, oh my god, no, like I don't want to ruin the night, I don't want everybody. But like apparently lots of people were seeing menu prices and being like, oh, this is too much. So we ended up going to a restaurant across the street that was a lot more reasonably priced. I mean, still expensive. I don't go out to eat, so anything at a restaurant is expensive for me, but the average plate here was around $25, so it's like half the price. So I was able to get something for dinner, and I was able to cover my sister. Like we all kind of like split my sister's meal between us, so it worked out, and we ended up having a really nice time. I just felt like it really sucked that happened, and I was like, oh, did I overreact? My sister's like, no, you didn't overreact. Like I think it's completely normal to have the kind of response you did, and I know things are hard and it's not always going to be this way. And it's just like, it's a really hard place to be because it takes a lot, like it takes a toll on your pride, and it just doesn't make you feel good as an adult, I think, to have people feeling like they have to help you because they want you around. I mean, it's nice to be wanted around, trust me, but I want to be able to feel like, hey, no, this is your bachelorette party and I got you covered instead, but now you're covering me. And it's just embarrassing, but it's life right now, and I am trying to just accept it. And I know that this won't always be the forever case, or hopefully not, really hope not, but overall I think it was a great experience and a really nice time, and like meeting everybody and stuff. It was really nice to just be able to converse with other adults, because I haven't really been, like other women too, but like I haven't really been able to do that. Like most of my conversations take place with my 5-year-old, so it was a really, really cool experience, and I'm really happy I did it. So But I'm gonna end this video here. I got back today. I have not gotten much done other than like grocery shopping and food prep, and yeah, just there's so much to do before my move in exactly 2 weeks today. I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous. I just want to get everything done. I'm looking around and there's so much to do still, but I know 2 weeks is still a long time, right? We got enough time to get things done. So I'm just very excited. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.